So if you've been hearing a lot about 100% Pure, you've been interested in how their makeup products work. Well, today we're going to be testing out the Rosegold palette on my brown skin to see if it shows up. On your eyes, your cheeks, wherever you would like. It has beautiful rose gold shades. This will be a good go-to palette to take to travel because you'll have everything in here as far as the lid and the highlighting shades. They're all shimmer shades and a rose golden type of color palette. When you are swapping out your products, especially when it comes to makeup products, usually the eyeshadows are the toughest to find cleaner alternatives, meaning that they don't have any lake dyes in it, they don't have any other toxic ingredients that can, disrupt your hormones or, just not be good for your health overall. It's 100% pure. A lot of their makeup and beauty products are made up of fruit pigments. Isn't that awesome? That is so innovative and I love that. So I wanted to try out their makeup products to test it out and also to give recommendations to you guys that are maybe looking for some cleaner alternatives for makeup, specifically eyeshadow palettes. It has beautiful shades in here. I say this is like a perfect palette for the spring and summer, especially for wedding season, for brides, or even for special occasions, or every day, depending on what you prefer when it comes to makeup. But I definitely think this would be a good option. If you like videos like this and you would like more, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and let's get into this first impression video. Before we go into the palette, let me prime my eyes, and I'm going to use concealers. I'm going to use the Rose Ink Hydrating Concealer in the shade LX140. Then we're going to blend out the other eye. So now we're going to set my eyelids with some loose setting powder. I'm going to go in with the Ilia loose setting powder and fade into you the translucent color. Okay. Yeah. So now that the eyelids are set with some translucent setting powder, I'm going to go in the crease with a matte brown shade, just because with this palette, it's all shimmer shades and I need something matte to go in the crease. I'm going to go in with my bronzer shade, and today I'm going to use the Well People, the Super Powder Bronzing Powder in the shade Bronze. This is what it looks like, a beautiful brown shade. And you can use any brown, any shade you want. I personally think it makes it blend well if you go in the crease with a brown shade. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with the 100% Rose Gold palette. This is what it looks like. These are the shades. There's a highlighting shade, a bronzer shade, and then 3 eyeshadow shades. So let's see what we're gonna play with today. So first I'm gonna go on the lid with this shade right here, Prism, and I'm going to take some of this shade. Make sure you top off the excess powder, and then I'm just gonna go on the lid like that. That's what it looks like. Then I'm going to go in with a second layer. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Blend these out. I want to try another shade. So then in the center of my lid, I want to go in with Gleam. This shade right here. Just to see what that looks like in the center. Do the same thing on the other eye. I want to play in another color. I want to see all the colors to see how they play on my skin tone. Now I'm going to go on the lid with a smaller detail brush, print this blush shade. I'm gonna go in with that shade. It's like a coppery type of shade with a more of a defined line. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye with this print shade. I like that color, it's pretty. We can spice it up with adding that same gleam shade, this shade right here in the center, just to give it a halo. I think that is pretty. I'm going to blend this out. Right, so I'm going to complete the rest of my makeup and then come right back. So now we're going to go in on the bottom lash line with that same print shade. This shade right here, that coppery pink shade. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. That is so pretty. And then we're gonna go in the inner tear duct with this shade Gleam. This shade right here, one of the eyeshadow shades, just to give it a little pop. See that? Like a pretty pink shade. Love that. You see how it just opens the eyes? Now I'm going to go on the cheeks with that blush shade print. This same coppery shade that I've used in the inner lid and on the lower lash line. So we're going to see how pigmented this shade is. I'm going to do a light here because I don't want it to be too overpowering. And I didn't even put a lot, but do you see that? Let's go in with another layer. I would say do a little at a time. See, look at that pigment. Look at that. Ooh. Less is more with this shade. I'm gonna go on the other side. It's a pretty shade though, pretty coppery shade. So if you like your blushes with a little shimmer in it, you actually like this copper tone, you will love this. But I will say, build it up, take a little at a time so it won't be so intense. Unless you like your blushes to be more intense. I'm going to try to calm this down just a little. Ooh, that is intense. So let's go in with this highlighting shade, the shade Prism. This is what it looks like. This shade right here, Prism. Go on the tip of my nose with it. And down the bridge. Okay, I like this. So, and it in. So let's set the face. I'm gonna try it with my handy fan. And now I'm gonna go in with the 100% pure Fruit Pigmented Lip Gloss in the shade Naked. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh! That is pretty. That is so pretty. It smells so fruity. That's what I love about the 100% pure products is that it's fruit pigmented. So you can smell like the fruit. There's no fragrance and then there's no late dyes. Love that for them. But yeah, so what do you think? How did it look? This is a pretty palette for those that like the pinky, champagne-y, coppery type of tones. This is good for special occasions or even every day on the lid. You have options for lid colors. And in the tear ducts, you have 3 eyeshadow shades. You have a highlighting shade, and then you have a blush shade. You have about 4 or 5 palettes. This is one of them, the Rosegold palette. Pretty, 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 especially for wedding season. This is going to be perfect for my spring, summer brides, or general, if you like to do your makeup and you like to do a little shimmer, this will be perfect for you. It definitely works on brown skin. I have another palette, and this so far might be my favorite of the palettes that I've tried of the 100% Pure line. Highly recommend it. So give me a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the shades, or what do you think? Have you tried this brand before? Have you tried this palette? And if you're interested in picking it up, I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, bye.